get started in child's pose. In the community this week, we're focusing on the second of the Yamas called Satya, and that's truthfulness. And it's bigger than like not telling a lie, like a big lie. The opportunity in your practice today is to be honest with yourself, to get present to how you're feeling, not as an opportunity to necessarily dwell in it, but as an opportunity just to be real with yourself. So as you're here taking your first few on-purpose breaths of the practice, breathe deeply, check in. How are you feeling physically? If you could put a word to it, go for it. How are you feeling mentally and emotionally? And the cool thing about Satya or truthfulness is that it's fluid. So likely the truth about how you're feeling right now will be different than the truth of how you'll be feeling at the end of the practice. And that's the opportunity to allow for the truth to evolve for you. If you want to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat to create a side body stretch, do that. Breathe into the left side of your rib cage. And take any sort of organic movements that your body's calling for. And start to breathe your deep Ujjayi breath, your breath of fire, to power up the body. When you're ready, walk your hands over to the other side of your mat. Create a side body stretch along the right side. Any sort of organic movements that your body's calling for here. And when you feel balanced, come back to center. If you want to stay in child's pose for a few more breaths, do that. Otherwise, come up to tabletop for some spinal movements. And truly link up breath with movement. So you decide where the inhales belong as you move, and the exhales if you do cows and cats. You want to wag the tail side to side. And start to bring in your eye focus, drishti. A couple more breaths here, and then when you're ready, downward facing dog. And the cool thing about this Yama, Satya, truthfulness, is that it plays a nice, delicate relationship to what we talked about last week with ahimsa, nonviolence, non-harm. So as you're noticing how your body, mind, and spirit feel, let go of any shoulds or shouldn'ts, like I shouldn't feel this way, or I should feel differently. Instead, be gentle with yourself as you assess the reality. Use your breath and your eye focus to get present to just right here, right now, as it is, as it isn't. Three-legged dog, right leg high. Send the right leg up in the air, bend the knee, roll the hip open. Roll out the ankle, extend and bend the leg, whatever's calling. Forward in your body, release and switch sides. Deepen your breath. Focus your eyes. Ragdoll at the back of your mat. Have your feet hip distance or mat distance apart. Lift and spread your toes to wake up the legs. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can let your head and neck be soft and heavy. Take one more big breath in here. Empty out. Roll up to extended mountain pose. Take a big stretch overhead. And draw hands into center of chest. Focus your eyes on the space where your middle fingertips connect. Feel your feet into the mat. And as you feel your feet into the mat, lift the crown of the head up. And then Anjali Mudra, hands to prayer, heart center. It's an invitation to offer up your intention and also invite in how it is that you want to feel in your practice today. And we'll open the practice with the sound of universal consciousness, 3 ohms all together. Inhale. Ujjayi, breath in. Release your hands by your side, stand tall, breathe out. On your inhale, sweep up, extended mountain pose. On your exhale, forward fold. Squeeze the legs towards midline. Halfway lift, breathe in, pull the shoulder blades in towards the spine. High plank, breathe out. Another way that truthfulness or satya can be a part of your practice is to check in moment to moment what's truly needed in your body. Do you need to lower your knees to the mat? And that's okay. If you need to lift the knees from the mat, great also. Shift your weight forward on your inhale. Low plank on the exhale, focus your eyes. Inhale to cobra or up dog. You can stay here for the exhale, take another breath in, and move back to downward dog on the exhale. Pull the pit of the belly in and up towards the spine. Roll forward to high plank again. Really flex the leg muscles, hug muscle into bone, shift forward on your inhale, focus the eyes on your exhale, take low plank. Lift the front of the pelvis up towards the belly button, breathe in. Back to downward facing dog on your exhale. Deep, deep breaths. High plank again, breathe in. And check in what's honestly needed for you right here. On your exhale, you can take low plank. On your inhale, through upward dog, lift the front of the pelvis up. Downward facing dog, exhale. Check in. The truth of your body, mind, and spirit is fluid. So notice any shifts that are already happening. Lift your heels on the inhale, look forward. As you exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat. Flat back on your inhale. Fold on the exhale. Chair pose for a few breaths. Lift and spread your toes. And focus your eyes to one spot. Check in. Do you need to stay here? Do you need to back off? Or can you go deeper? Deep breath in. Press the shoulder blades in towards the body. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift on your inhale. Focus your eyes. Keep the focal point as you go low plank. You stay present out here while also flowing through high to low plank, up dog, down dog. Send the right leg up in the air on the inhale. Draw knee to right elbow on your exhale. Kick the leg back on the inhale. Draw the knee across towards the left elbow on the exhale. Kick back on the breath in. Low lunge on the breath out. Warrior one, feel your feet press down into the floor to cause the lift of the torso up. Set your eye gaze to one spot. Try to lift your toes away from the mat here. Press through the center of the back heel as you lunge your deepest. On the inhale, lift the front of the pelvis up, stretch up. Flow low plank on your exhale. Option to float the right leg and then set it down for upward facing dog. Inhale and exhale back to downward facing dog. On your next breath in, kick the left leg up in the air. On the exhale, draw knee to left elbow. Kick back as far as you can. Breathe in. Draw the knee across towards the opposite elbow. Kick even further back. Breathe in. Step through low lunge, breathe out. Plant the back foot for warrior one. Press down to rebound the torso up. Focus your eyes. Try to lift the toes here. As you press the center of the back heel down into the mat, you might feel a little lift in the inner arch of the back foot as you go deeper into the front knee. On your next breath in, stretch up, look up, high to low plank on your exhale. Let the truth of your practice be fluid. Satya, up dog to downward facing dog. Check in with the body. I'll flow you through 2 more rounds of sun salutation B with the knee to elbows. And only you know what's actually needed in your body today. So move faster or slower than I'm cueing. No worries. You do you. I'm just a guide. Lift the heels, look forward. As you exhale, travel to the front of the mat. Flat back, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Chair pose for the inhale. Then bow on your exhale. Halfway lift, focus your eyes. High to low plank as you exhale. Listen for the inhale in upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg high as you breathe in. Draw knee towards right elbow as you breathe out. Kick back as you breathe in. Draw the knee across on the breath out. Kick back, breathe in. Low lunge, breathe out. Warrior one, fill up, look up. High to low plank. Beautiful stretch, Christine. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Left leg high on the inhale. Draw knee toward left elbow, exhale. Kick back, breathe in. Draw the knee across, breathe out. Kick back, breathe in. Low lunge as you breathe out. Warrior one, fill up, stretch. High to low plank, breathe out. Pull the pit of the belly in and up. Upward facing dog, fill the lungs. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Check in, let the truth be fluid of this in this moment. And as you move through the next sun B, get real. Do you need to back off? Or like the knee to elbows, do you need to pull the knee closer to the armpits to create a deeper strengthening action? Only you know. If you check in, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale to the front of the mat. Flat back, breathe in. Fold on the exhale. Chair pose, breathe in. Focus the eyes. Fold a little deeper on your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the shoulders straight back. High to low plank, exhale. Feel your hands into the mat. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Kick the right leg high, inhale. Draw knee toward right elbow or armpit. Kick back, breathe in. Truly stretch back. Knee across on the exhale, lift the knee as high as your body says is okay. Kick back, breathe in. Low lunge, breathe out. Warrior one, inhale. High to low plank on the exhale. Inhale, up dog, press the chest forward. Downward facing dog. Left leg high on the inhale. Knee towards left elbow or armpit. Kick back, breathe in. Knee towards the opposite elbow, breathe out. Kick back, inhale, low lunge on your exhale. Press down, focus the eyes, reach up. High to low plank, exhale. Soften the jaw, open the chest, up dog. Exhale back to downward dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Three-legged dog, right leg high or flip dog. Right foot over. And check in, like if you've done this sequence a lot, see what's true for right now. What's available for right now? Different than any other day. Put a little bend in the bottom elbow, the left elbow, and see with that bend if you can press the left shoulder blade in closer to the spine. Take a big breath in. Flip back over, three-legged dog, right leg high, breathe out. Stay for the inhale. Low lunge, exhale, crescent lunge. Listen, focus your eyes. Lift the front of the pelvis up towards the belly button. Draw the front ribs in towards each other. So knit the front ribs together as you pull the shoulders back. Eagle arms, left arm under. You could give yourself a bear hug or wind the arms up. Ropes, deep breath in. As slowly as you can, eagle pose. Bring the left leg up and over the right leg. Well, there's no law that says the goal is to wrap the toes around the calf. You don't have to do that. The goal is to wind up as tight as you can while keeping the alignment in the pelvis. Lift the front of the pelvis up towards the belly button. Take a deep breath in. Hinge forward, elbows towards knee. Breathe out. Squeeze the legs together. Airplane pose, unwind the left leg. Reach the arms back, or if you want warrior three, reach the arms forward. Yeah, check in. You can be honest about how this feels and also not be attached to it. Deep breaths. One more inhale. Crescent lunge, land the back foot back, reach the arms high, and flow high to low plank. On your inhale, flow up dog, exhale back to down dog. Deep breath in, flip dog, left leg over, or three-legged dog, left leg high. What was true for the other side might not be true for this side. So let the truth be fluid. Be in the dance of ahimsa, non-harm. Let go of the expectations, the shoulds about the body. Instead, just be curious as you breathe. Lift the front of the pelvis up towards the belly button. Once you feel complete here, flip back over. Left leg high into crescent lunge, left leg forward. You know what's coming on this side, whether you loved it or hated it on the other side. Let that go and be with the truth of what's available right here. Lift the front of the pelvis up towards the belly button. Eagle arms, right arm under. Either give yourself a bear hug or wind the arms up. Focus your eyes. Use your breath in the transition to eagle, right leg over. Deepen your breath. Lift the front of the pelvis up. Squeeze the shin bones together as you hinge forward, elbows towards knee. Deepen your breath as you unwind into airplane pose or warrior three. Deepen your breath. Press the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Kick the lifted inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Stretch. Silently land back in crescent lunge. Big stretch up. You could go back even. And on your exhale, high to low plank. Follow your breath through upward dog back to downward facing dog. Kick the right leg up in the air, breathe in. Knee to nose, breathe out. Pause for the breath in, crescent lunge. Breathe out, followed by the next inhale, stretch up and twist to the right on the exhale. Revolve crescent lunge. Notice if you're in default, just how you always do it. Instead, get curious of like, oh, can I go deeper? Like lengthen the stance front to back. Or do you need to back off? Be honest with yourself what's needed for today. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears on the inhale. Press the shoulder blades back towards the spine. Breathe out. Look further to the right. On your next breath in, press the left hip back and flow up towards crescent lunge. And open to warrior two, exhale. Listen for what's needed in your body. Do you need to flow through reverse warrior extended side angle 3 times, or go to extended side angle and stay? If you're doing the reverse warrior, inhale, flip the palm, reach back, and exhale to extended side angle. If you need 2 more flows through, do that. Wherever you are, deepen your breath. After your 3rd round, if you're taking the flow, stay in extended side angle for 15 seconds. Lift and spread your toes. Pull the belly button in towards the spine as you lunge your deepest. Open the chest. Last breath in. Go a little deeper, breathe out. Reverse warrior or reverse triangle, huge stretch back. High to low plank, exhale. Feel your hands and feet into the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Left leg high on your inhale. Knee to nose on the exhale. Pause for the breath in. Land your foot on the breath out. Flow through crescent lunge on your inhale. Twist to the left on your exhale. Recommit to your breath. Focus the eyes. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears. Pull them back. Press the right hip back as you look further to the left. Flow through crescent lunge on your inhale. Open to warrior two as you breathe out. And see what's true for this side. What's needed? Is it to flow through reverse warrior extended side angle? If so, go there, or stay in extended side angle. Elbow to front knee. Breathe as you move. Pull the belly button into the spine. Create stability from the center as you move and breathe. Lift and spread your toes. And check in. What's needed from right here in this extended side angle? Is it a half bind or a full bind? One more breath cycle. Lunge as deep as you can truly go, and stay low in the lunge if you're doing the reverse warrior before high to low plank, or straight in the front leg, big stretch back. Flow low plank, up dog, down dog. It's not just about the shapes you're making, it's about linking up the breath and focusing the eyes as you move through space. Lift your heels, look forward. On the exhale, go to the front of the mat. Flat back, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Extended mountain pose, inhale. Into figure four, right ankle across the left thigh. We have about 30 seconds to discover what's truly needed for your body today. Let go of any shoulds or how you always do it, and instead be curious with your breath. 15 more seconds. Pull your toes towards your kneecaps. You're welcome to stay or come into a quad stretch, right foot back, or dancer, right leg back. Pull the belly button in. You get about 2 more really slow breaths here. One more giant breath. Mountain pose, feel both feet into the floor as you stretch your arms up. Figure 4, left ankle across. You can bend deeply into the standing leg and let the truth be fluid. It's amazing how even at the beginning of a pose, it's like, oh, that's as far as I can go, but that truth is different. It shifts with each breath. You can stay or come into a quad stretch, left foot back, or dancer, left leg back. Recommit to your deep breathing. See what you're looking at as you expand for 2 more breaths. One more breath. Extended mountain pose. Feel both feet into the floor. Bow forward on your exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Flow high to low plank, breathe out. Inhale, upward dog, deep breath in. Downward dog, breathe out. Check in. Notice how this downward dog, the truth about this downward dog is the different than the truth about your first downward dog of the practice. Bridge pose, however you need to get to your back. And before you lift up into bridge pose, plant your feet and press your low back into the floor. So feel your feet press your low back into the floor, then peel just the tailbone off the floor. And then continue the peeling up as you lift the tailbone, the low back comes up, the mid back, and maybe the upper back as you press your hands down into the floor, feet down. Listen for your inhales and exhales, slow and deep. Reverse that action down. Press the low back down into the floor, the mid back. Try to get the low back down before the tailbone touches. And then reverse it back up, tailbone up, then low back, then mid back, then upper back. You have 60 seconds. You can continue that dance of the peeling and pressing, or if you want to take wheel pose or wheel prep, plant your hands alongside your shoulders. If you're doing the slow lift, you can almost imagine your spine like a pearl necklace, just one pearl at a time coming down and one pearl at a time lifting up. 30 more seconds. Focus the eyes either internally or externally. Last 10 seconds or one more rise and lower. And come down, knock your knees in towards each other or take Supta Baddha Konasana. Check in with your heartbeat. You could bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Feel the beat of your heart. Give the knees a squeeze into the chest. And for some core work, extend the legs up in the air. Plant the hands alongside the hips. You're going to do some pelvic lifts. So lift the tailbone away from the floor, then set it back down. Lift the tailbone away from the floor, set it back down. As much as you can, try to lift the legs straight up in the air rather than swinging your feet towards your face to do it. So you get your most low core muscles. Move as fast or as slow as you need to. 15 more seconds of this. Breathe, make it yoga asana. So breathe while you do it. All right, yogi bicycle sit-ups, 60 seconds. Bring opposite elbow toward opposite knee. You know, the truth of how you feel at the beginning of 60 seconds of abdominal twist, different than how you'll feel halfway through. Let the truth be fluid. So if you need to adapt, and put the feet on the floor and reach opposite elbow to opposite knee. Do what you need to do to stay in it, but be adaptive. Last 20 seconds. Recommit to breathing on purpose. Recommit to seeing on purpose. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, get even on both sides and hug the knees into the chest. Rock and roll front to back on your mat. Downward dog into half pigeon, right leg forward. Or if you need to stay on your back for supine figure 4, you can do that as well. Breathe, everyone, breathe. And let the truth be fluid in this half pigeon. You have 30 more seconds. One more breath. And then switch sides. "60 seconds, half pigeon with the left leg forward or on your back, supine figure 4. I'll read a quote by Deborah Adele. Carl Jung understood the fluidity of truth when he made the statement that what is true at one time for us, at some point, no longer serves us and eventually becomes a lie. He understood that truth changes over time. What was true when we were 2 years old is no longer true or even relevant when we are 17. In Modern Man in Search for a Soul, Jung writes, "Thoroughly unprepared, we take the step into the afternoon of life. Worse still, we take this step with a false presupposition that our truths and ideals will serve us as hitherto. But we cannot live in the afternoon of life according to the program of life's morning. For what was great in the morning will be little at evening, And what in the morning was true will at evening become a lie. The guideline for truthfulness asks us to update our beliefs and values and views in order to stay current with ourselves and our surroundings. Once you feel complete on this side, downward dog, and then either your choice, double pigeon or frog pose. So if you want double pigeon, you can sit cross-legged, one leg in front of the other, or stack your shins. Or frog pose, bring your knees wide. I feel like these poses here especially allow for an evolution. At first it might seem impossible, and then you take a breath and you can go a little deeper. And take another breath and you can go a little deeper. If you're in frog, stay in frog. If you're in double pigeon, switch to the other leg in front. Couple more breaths here. And you have 60 seconds for a hamstring stretch. So you could either extend both legs forward and fold over both legs for 60 seconds, or if you want one leg and then the other, I'll tell you when you're halfway through. Breathe deeply. 15 more seconds in the first half if you're doing one leg. Switch legs, or stay in the forward fold if both legs are forward. See how slowly you can breathe here. Time to go upside down. So rather than default what you always do, check in. What's truly needed for you today? Is it to be on your head or hands, or to lay back for waterfall and shoulder stand? In shoulder stand or waterfall and want to come into plow pose, you can bring your feet towards the floor behind your head. If you want ear pressure pose, bend your knees by your ears. Slowly come down onto your back. Anything you need to do to wrap up your practice, you have about 60 seconds if you want a supine twist or if you want a happy baby. You could also grab a blanket or dim the lights. 30 more seconds. Take some open mouth exhales. Let yourself settle in for final Shavasana relaxation. Notice, take an inventory, any places in your body that are holding on, and then invite them to soften and surrender to gravity. We'll bring you out. You can let your eyes close, come back to your normal, natural breathing, and let your body go. I'll bring you out together in about 2 minutes. Bring awareness to your fingers and toes. You can deepen your breath. You can rock your head side to side. And roll over to either side into a fetal position. And check in. What's the truth of this moment for you physically, mentally? And as you move throughout the rest of your day, you can take pauses to check in. What's true right now? And let it be fluid. Slowly come up to a seated position. You can touch your palms together at the center of your chest. We'll close the practice together with 3 Oms. Make the sound A-O-Um as you chant the mantra. Inhale. Ah. 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 Touch your thumbs to the middle of your forehead. May all beings everywhere be blessed with happiness and freedom. May the thoughts, words, and actions of our own lives contribute to that happiness and freedom for all. In gratitude for this practice that came to us from the East and brought us together today, we bow forward. Thank you.